There is another issue in respect to my father being sick on September 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and today was the September the 7th. That's 5 days. Mother gives him, she's giving him plastic cups with a coffee, which later what she does is, once she drinks that, she gives him a tea inside of those coffee cups. She goes upstairs and she sips the tea in it. It's like this. My father was extremely sick, as you were able to see from the nose. He was running, had nasal issues. It was Nurse Yanko who stated me during MK Ultra that mother is doing that stuff. And what he meant by that with the police is they were enforcing this schizophrenia through violence, through the police violence known as MK Ultra procedure. He suggested practically on my mother using a wipes from the father, paper napkins, and going in the plastic cups, which supposedly, this is what they demonstrated me, talking about the police, Nurse Yanko during MK Ultra was causing agitation of the stomach infection, therefore of my father's stomach. I couldn't say it better. If mother is doing this stuff, mother is doing this stuff coordinated with the police, with the home, with the nursing staff from Home for Elderly People, and I saw her with my own eyes a few days ago doing exactly what I stated. In other words, she was not cheap. She was not hiding it from my eyesight, exactly what I described. How far do we have to go with this stuff? Today, on September the 7th of 2025, I could hear growling inside of the stomach of my father. I could hear everything turning around. For the stuff that I stated my mother is doing, I don't actually have any kind of proof. I'm not a physician. I don't have ability to even talk to physicians. I stopped at a social worker, just as I stated in previous video, on several occasions. Yet she never is available. I don't have any access to physicians. I don't have any access to medical information. I don't have any access to the people who take care of the father, to consult with them, to know what's going on. Maybe there is an infection inside a home for elderly people, a stomach infection or something. I have no idea. But the thing is that mother was handy for absolutely every issue. Anything that police needed to cover up, they always put mother right in front of them. Home for elderly always use my mother. They always put mother right in front of them. So you're gonna go right through the mother before you're gonna get to us. Again, I am asking court, not court, but commission for against torture and inhumane treatment and human degradation and etc., CPT, the so-called CPT, referring to the video above, to step in and do your job. Don't be afraid to fire your people. You do care about the torture. You do care about the human degradation, don't you? Do your job. That's what you care. Then do your job. I have no way to address European Union Commission because it's a European Union Commission, obviously, that is doing this through CPT. Obviously, the European Union Commission is using anti-torture, anti-human degradation, whatever that stuff is here. The Committee for the Prevention of the Torture. To me, ladies and gentlemen, this sounds bullshit. I'm not going to say insane, but to me personally, this sounds complete bullshit. Regular bullshit. Regular crap. Bunch of lies. Bullshit. But that's exactly what European Union Commission is using to enforce this crime. They insisted in my face, talking about the Slovenian police, talking about Russians even, that if I would be saying stuff like that, father doesn't eat food, which my mother, you can hear her on the video, oh yeah, he got the food before I bring him here, they just give him the food. I would be listed as insane. They claim that I would be listed as insane. Holy fuck. How the fuck somebody like myself end up being listed as insane based on what I explained to you here? How do I end up being listed as insane when the lunatics are running? It's a fucking asylum and open. Home for elderly people. You want to have your parents taken care like this? To go through this kind of stuff? Would you like to be subjected to this kind of stuff? It doesn't matter if the father got food or father didn't get food. His stomach, you can hear me talking about acknowledging, hearing his fucking intestines fucking turning around. I have never heard anything like this. The only one that I heard with intestines like this was myself over there in Poland where I was. It was a clear case of food poisoning, a repeated case of food poisoning. The fucking old food that I ate. That I would be returning too late from the city and I would eating those leftovers that they prepared in the morning that, you know, were not properly stored, and the whole thing was a crap. Clearly a severe case of food poisoning. You can kill an individual like this. I know so. He said that he did not get food. Obviously, he wanted to raise emergency bell about it. It's more drastic than what it seems like. You acknowledge me as insane or as fucking sane or whatever the hell you want. But you make no fucking sense in any fucking way. In any sense you guys make no fucking sense. Your game have gone too far with it. And I told you, it doesn't matter if Robert Golob is doing this shit or not. Robert Golob had me. Beginning 2008, he contemplated on a marriage with Tina Gaber. And I had no fucking business with Robert Golob. There was one individual in this thing who couldn't see Milan Kučan no matter what. And that was myself. And everybody involved in MK Ultra knew about this. Well, he was hijacking me to this villa, presenting me with this issue, with this journalist, with this champagne, whatever. And about his tears, crying and stuff. Well, what I give a fuck about that? But if you say that you want as a present, as a matrimonial, as a marriage present, death of my father, what the fuck am I supposed to think, other than what I stated in the video? You don't even have to do it. 80% of the people in Slovenia fucking hate you to death. If they hear you talking about this stuff like this, they'll fucking do it. Somebody else can do it, but guess what? It goes upon your shoulders. You politician, dude. These are political games. You're using people to demonstrate your power through killing people right out on open. Hospitalizing, killing people. It doesn't matter if the father got food or father didn't get food. What matters is what I stated. Father is and was severely poisoned. It was the same shit when I visited him the day before yesterday. I could hear also growling in the stomach and stuff. Now it get even worse. How far the fuck do we go with this? And if the mother is doing, and then what if the mother is doing? If the mother is doing, she's doing it based on your instructions, based on what you already had noted during MKUltra. And if you noted this stuff during MKUltra, and then you should have taken steps about it. Before he would get into this kind of situation, you have him practically locked and tortured already for 3 years. If that's not a torture, I don't know what it is. You made him blind, you destroyed his life completely, you erased him totally. That's why. I don't give a three fuck about what you got to say about if the father got food or the father didn't get food and so on. My mother was so cautious, in fact, that she stated, you are already as crazy as he is. Oh yes, I am totally insane. Watch my videos, watch the stuff that she was doing, stuff that she continued to enforce, and then tell me about who is crazy here. Baboons, not bulls, but baboons on parade. There is a song, Bulls on Parade. This is about the baboons on parade. The so-called police officers of the Novo Mesto police station, the funny man, Andrei Stepanich, Igor Juršić, the garbage that met me at Novo Mesto police station in 2022, 2024, 2023, they insisted that you're going to make a statements, you're going to make a crazy statements, and and based on those statements we will come up with the definition that you are crazy, that you are insane. We will confirm the psychiatric definition. Really? Based on the definitions that I'm going to make, you're going to confirm that something is wrong with me. Is that so? And that's what's going to give you the opportunity for what? For hospitalization based on what? Based on my father dying on a fucking wheelchair in front of me. 5 days he suffered. Lack of sleep, through the lack of sleep and stomach that was ripping him apart completely. Literally with attached tube to his stomach. Obviously due to infection, due to poisoning that you do. So these are the statements that you look for so that you can hospitalize me again? Really? Is that so? So I wish you good luck with that. I'm thinking about one thing, ladies and gentlemen. I'm thinking about what exactly the fuck, and that they are doing this shit to him now for 3 years. My father have to go through for the police to get the proof that I am fucking crazy, that I am insane. Could you imagine 3 years, for 3 years they pinned him against the bed and they are using him like you use a rat inside of the lab. And this is not the first time they're doing. Everything they're doing, they already have rehearsed over and over and over again. So the question here is, how much can the father, 94-year-old man, still endure in the hands of the Slovenian killers, assassins, murderers, so they can prove finally that something is wrong with me? Maybe it's time for the European Commission, Anti-Torture and Human Degradation Commission, maybe it's time for you to finally get involved in it, huh? I don't see you have any proofs about my insanity based on the stuff that you created. Your Luna Park, your fucking Alice's psychiatric crazy land somehow doesn't work. And quite contrary, I gathered a lot of proofs against you that something is terribly wrong with you. Maybe it's not even about the Slovenian police. Maybe it's about you scum over there in Brussels, Strasbourg, London, definitely. Washington, D.C. that needs Slovenian police so fucking badly. And you somehow just don't get it, do you? So I guess you're just going to have to kill him. And then maybe you're going to make up something else up that you can use to prove that something is wrong with me. And good luck, really. You're doing it already for 54 years, just to remind you. I don't even look insane, really. I was trying to look insane, but I don't even look insane when saying it like this. I just want people to feel me. You're fucking nuts. You guys are not making any fucking sense out of that. Next time, get your mamas, your papas, and throw yourself into this shit. And play, and they're gonna play through you the war games, whatever the fuck. If you like that stuff. Robert Golub is gonna have to explain only one thing. It's a really easy job for me. I don't have to go to his details about the marriage. He repeated this shit with Milan Kucan. First time he did it in 2015, and then he did it again, I don't know, in 2017 or so. 2016, probably 2017, I don't know. He did this shit on probably at least 3 occasions. And I'm talking about his speech, how happy he is, and cheering up with journalists. The way he did that kind of stuff was by simply Robert Golub inviting to the villa all kinds of journalists, some of whom he retained. He would invite them also inside on a drink. It was that kind of stuff, very social, very pleasant, very nice, etc., etc. All kinds of journalists from all backgrounds. Then what he would do is he would have selected journalists from the so-called Delo. It's a Yugoslav newspaper that still exists in Slovenia. Its name is Delo. Work, translated work. This here, this is this old newspaper from what used to be Yugoslavia. This here. He would gather this type of journalists, Slovenske Novice, that kind of stuff. After other journalists already would leave, he gathered them and he made it a special, separate, blah, 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 blah. Repeated the shit that you see here, him giving a speech about his happiness pertaining to Tina Gaber. Tina Gaber was often a visitor, Illuminati visitor to our house with Robert Golub, and did sit with me and was convincing me about how Robert Golub is good, and that she would say to him, yes, my God, already in 2011, 2012, 2011 for sure, 2010, these two were in complete agreement with it. So, yes, Robert Golub did exactly what I stated. He created this under special kind of circumstances, though. And maybe the last time he did, because it was more of this, even journalists when he was doing this shit, maybe all of these scumbags knew, Slovenian scumbags, imbeciles as I addressed them in above video, maybe they all knew about their role, their special role in the world of psychiatry, because that's exactly what you do with a hijacked, trafficked individual, drugged up individual, giving him information about a future marriage, knowing that he was already awarded with a psychiatric certificate of mental illness. That's exactly what you're doing. You're looking for the proofs. Your word against my word is what you're saying. Journalists, the so-called journalists against a single individual, a police officers against a single individual who was already awarded psychiatric certificate. We live in what is known as Yugoslavia. We are still in Yugoslavia. We are under the Soviet Union. We are still under the Soviet Union. We're still in Yugoslavia. It's a still Soviet time. We still have a Stalinists. It's not even about the Putin. We still have Milan Kucan here. It's still Yugoslavia. It's still Yugo. That's what this is. And that's not a journalism. You're imbeciles, not journalists.